Hello boys and girls, 3-Ball Josh here. And in my last video I explained a little bit about the pros and the cons of electronic cigarettes, and now I'm going to tell you a little, give you a product review of a few different brands. I mean, they're popping up all over the place now. You've got 1,001 different, brands of electronic cigarettes now. And I haven't tried every one of them because that just gets really damn expensive. But there's 3 that I have tried. The first one I got was a brand called Enjoy. It was decent. The main issue that I had with it was it didn't draw very well when you try to draw on it. The flavor was okay, but it leaked. When you try, and instead of just getting a bunch of water vapor and stuff when you try to inhale it, you would get that, but it would also leak some of the liquid out onto your lips, which, from my understanding, is not good. You're not supposed to get concentrated nicotine like that, and it would actually make my lip numb for a couple minutes and stuff. So I didn't care for that. The second one that I ended up getting was a brand called Smoking Everywhere. And they have a number of different starter kits, different options for their starter kits. I ended up wasting my money and getting the deluxe edition, which retail for like $150. All right, and but I'm thinking, well, if it's that much, if it costs that much, it's got to be that much better than the Enjoy that I had, and it was awful. The batteries didn't last very long. I actually had a couple batteries fall, or I had one battery fall apart on me. And what really ticked me off was the fact that it was made the exact same way as the Enjoy cigarette. You could take the atomizer from Smoking Everywhere, screw it to the Enjoy battery. The filters were the exact same. So what I would end up doing is I ended up just using the Enjoy batteries, but I would use the Smoking Everywhere filters because they had a better flavor to them. They didn't leak like the Enjoy brand filters did. I would get a better draw off of them. It just worked better that way. The people that I ended up buying them by, because I bought it from a mall kiosk in Nashville, and so I went there with the defective battery one time, showing that this darn thing fell apart, and they were nice enough. They replaced it for me, no hassle and all that. But still, the batteries wouldn't last as long, and they were really, the Smoking Everywhere brand was just more of a hassle, really, except for the actual filters. So like I said, I would use the Enjoy battery. The 2 atomizers were exactly the same. I even got them mixed up, didn't know which one was which, and then I would just use the Smoking Everywhere filters, those, and those were decent. They ran about $2 a pop. I'd get a 5-pack for about $10. But then I got away from the electronics for a while, and then my friend, she told me about Mystic brand, which is what I have now. And this one here, you can find these at Walmart. I've seen them at Pilot and Flying J gas stations, and they're starting to show up more and more places. These are really good. You can get just a battery and a filter for like $6 if you just want to try it, and I recommend that. Just try it, see how you like it. Then there, for like $12, you can get the you get one battery and a filter and a USB charger. I went ahead and got the deluxe package for a grand total of $28. It came with 2 batteries, 3 filters, a USB charger, and a wall adapter. These are made a little bit different than the Smoking Everywhere and Enjoy, because instead of having the battery, the atomizer, and the cartridge, you have the battery right here, and then right there you just screw that into the charger, and then you have these here. This is actually, I think they call it a cartridgizer, because the atomizer is built into the filter right here. That's what heats it up. And then back here is where you have, a little cotton swab or whatever that's got all the, the nicotine and the water and all that stuff. And as much as I use this, one cartridge will last me about a day and a half to 2 days, and so will the battery, which is convenient, really, because by the time the battery dies, the cartridge is just about empty. You notice a difference in how much vapor you're getting, a difference in the flavor of it. So you just throw the battery away, or you just throw the cartridge away, plug the battery in, and I've got another one sitting there waiting for me while this one charges. So that way it's not, when the battery dies, it's just go ahead and time to switch them both out. So like I said, that's really convenient. This doesn't leak like I had the issue with the Enjoy cigarettes. I get a better draw. It feels more like a natural draw. You don't have to try to inhale really hard to try to get anything out of it, like I did with the Enjoy or the Smoking Everywhere. It has a lot more of a natural draw to it, so you get more of a natural smoking sensation. And it's half the price of the cheaper of the two that I had gotten before. So I mean, it's really for the price that it is, I mean, it really is amazing. And no, this is not a paid advertisement. This is, just me giving, this is just me telling you, throwing in my 2 cents on the whole thing. It's really good. It has a really good flavor to it. You'll notice, I didn't talk about this very much with the in my last video about the pros and cons. There's a difference in flavor between the electronics and regular cigarettes. The electronics have a much more the electronics have a little bit of a sweeter flavor to it, but it's not as overly sweet as like the Enjoys seem to be a lot sweeter than the Smoking Everywheres. Smoking Everywhere still were a little sweet, not as much as these are, but even more sweet than these. This does have a bit of a sweeter flavor to it. Now there's some brands out there, they come with fancy carrying cases. These don't. I just keep this in my shirt pocket or in my pants pocket. I mean, yeah, the carrying cases are neat, but to me, it's more of a frill than anything. I don't need it. I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference to me whether I have the a nifty carrying case for it or not. And there's some brands that have all sorts of crazy, wild flavors. Some brands will have like chocolate and watermelon or cola or whatever. All sorts of weird, crazy flavors. The Mystic, you've got traditional and menthol. That's it, which is fine with me because I don't really care to smoke strawberries. That's just not my thing. And there are, it does have different grades to it. Like I'm smoking the full flavor or whatever, which is 1.8% nicotine inside the cartridge, and then there's a mid grade that's 1.2%, and then there's a 0 nicotine. So you're still getting the, you're past the nicotine habit, or you're past the nicotine addiction, but you still have the urge, the habit to smoke. they have, they have the cartridges where, you're not getting any nicotine, but you're still, at least, but you're still getting the sensation of smoking. Because for me, that's the hardest part about quitting smoking. It's not the nicotine addiction, it's the actual habit. When I wake up, I want to smoke. When I eat, I want to smoke. When I breathe, I want to smoke. So you still get the sensation and all that without the nicotine. So I think that definitely helps as far as trying to get you off, not just regular cigarettes, but maybe even stop completely. So yeah, if I had to, like I said, there's 1,001 brands that I haven't tried, but if I had to recommend one brand for anybody, it would be Mystic, just because it's a lot less expensive than a lot of these other brands out there, and it it has good flavor. By far the best drag than the others that I've tried. So if you guys are looking to go get one, I recommend, if you're on the fence as to whether or not you even want an electronic cigarette, get that little starter kit or whatever that's just the battery and the one cartridge, and try that out for a day or two and see what you think. I think you'll like it, because there's no sense in spending a ridiculous amount of money on something that's either A, not going to work, or B, you're not going to enjoy, or C, all of the above. So that's my 2 cents on the e-cig brands. Like I said, I highly recommend for anybody who's looking to either quit cigarettes or even just cut back on how much you smoke. If I wasn't Third Ball Josh, I'd wish I was.